Hey, so I literally just woke up, so I might be low energy and my voice might be very deep and monotone for this, and I might sound stuffy because I'm kind of recovering from something. But anyway, so hey, this is Elyzza, and literally as I was recording the pilot I uploaded, I thought about naming the podcast already. I found a name, and it was literally none of the suggestions that we had, but for some reason I thought about this. I thought about naming the podcast Elyzza MP3 because this is just a silly little MP3 file I'm posting, right? So I really like that, and I hope that's accurate because I don't know anything about tech or files, so it would be very embarrassing that this is the wrong file that you put on for podcasts. I was honestly gonna name it Elyzza.wav, like a WAV file or a WAV file, whatever it's called. But apparently, I think WAV files are different. I think I read that it's like for better sounding things, and it's just like I'm just recording this on my iPhone voice memos with lightning earbuds, so nothing special about this. So Elyzza MP3, that's the name, alright? So now that I already came up with that and that's done with, I can comfortably continue and kickstart this podcast with the questions I wanted to do. So in my last podcast episode, I stated that I wanted to try to use this book of questions I found and answer them. It's basically like journal prompts to answer, and I thought it would be cool to yap about myself and my opinions. So this is the 2000 questions about me from the publishers Piccadilly. They have other books I saw in the back of it, so you can check those out if you're interested. Not sponsored, just for the record. So now we're gonna answer these questions, and starting off strong with question number 1 is, what's your idea of perfect happiness? I guess I should be real and say that I'm not happy right now, and I'm not clinically diagnosed or anything, but I feel very depressed and have been for a couple of years, and it sucks. And I mean, depression sucks at any age, but I'm only 22, and the 20s are supposed to be the best years of your life, right? That's what they say, but I'm barely 2 years into my 20s, but I hate it, and I personally feel like I'm in my 30s. Derogatory. Like, I feel old in a bad way. That's what I mean. Like, I'm just near to the end of my unfulfilled life, you know what I mean? Like, not to say that 30s is old. If anything, I heard that 30s are the new 20s. So we'll see about that when I reach there, but I just feel like 20s is when you have fun, and 30s is when your life should be figured out already. And I feel old but unfulfilled. And this might be an exaggeration because I'm only 22, but with the state of how the world is looking in my future, I don't think I'm exaggerating. And it was funny because when I started working at the elementary school I'm in, I work as a teacher aide, and everybody's like twice my age and stuff. They would always ask my age, and they would be surprised that I was 21 at the time and 22 now. Whenever I meet new people, and I would feel kind of like, that's when I would feel young. But as I got used to working there, I kind of just like feel like their age right now. And I kind of felt it, I don't know, but there's this new girl that came in like a month ago, and she's like a PE teacher aide, and she looks older than me, and she's taller than me, so I automatically think that you're older than me if you're taller than me. And one time, like the day before school break, we were in line for like a luncheon that we were doing, and behind me was a teacher that recognized her, and I guess she went to that elementary school when she was younger. So the teacher was like, "Oh my God, so how old are you now?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm 21. I just turned 21." I was like, "You just turned 21? You're so young." But then I'm like, "Hold on. I'm 22. I feel 32, but I'm 22." So there's no reason for you to be like so surprised. I guess because I thought she was way older than me. But yeah, I don't know. That kind of freaked me out. So for me, if I could just have my issues taken care of, if I could have financial stability, motivation, support, and less anxiety, oh, and a car. But that's just me. Like, that would cure whatever I have going on. But that's just me. Yeah, I had a car, but I crashed it last year, so if I had a car again, it would really make me happy because I'm kind of like juggling between my brother's and my dad's cars, and it's just kind of difficult. First and foremost, in my opinion, if I could define happiness in a general sense, I would say if you have financial stability, because if you have enough money to be comfortable to buy the things you want and need, and not worried about money ever, maybe not be rich, but if you have enough money to pay for all of the necessities and have enough money to buy things you enjoy, that would be awesome. I would be happy. I hate when people say money doesn't buy you happiness, but it doesn't make me sad either. Like, when I hear that rich people are miserable, and it boggles my mind, because how you have all the money in the world to be doing anything? They gotta be using their money wrong, because what do you mean you're miserable and you have all the money in the world? The middle and lower classes would love to trade positions with you right now. So if I could just have enough money to not worry about paying rent, bills, groceries, and have extra money and enough extra money for other things, that would cure my depression that I totally have. I don't know. I also mentioned motivation. I had a lot of motivation in high school, but after the COVID era, I really changed, and it really challenged me because I had a sense of, well, I really can't do what I want to do, and now I really can't do the things I want to do. I mean, I've always had been told I can't do things growing up, and I had a fire in me that I was gonna show them and prove them wrong when I grow up. But not just the quarantine part, but as life goes on, I felt helpless on things I wanted to do, and I have lost a lot of my interest along the way, and if I get a speck of interest, I burn out easily. I've heard that's a sign of depression. I don't know, someone call a doctor, because it's definitely not going to be me. But yeah, my lack of motivation also makes me unhappy. Just the lack of my brain saying, hey, you can do it, or let's be productive today, or here's an idea, let's act on it. I don't have that, so unlimited motivation would make me much more happy. I also mentioned support. Not that I don't have support. My friends love me. I don't know about my parents or brothers, but they tend to shut down my ideas and opinions and such, and I've always felt alone in this house when I have people around me. So I feel I will be judged, or there will be no solutions to my issues, or my friends and family will not understand me, or not even care. But if it's just someone to talk to, and someone I love, without the fear of being like dismissed or seen as crazy or dumb, I would like that. So if I don't have to worry about that, I could be the happiest person, because I bottle a lot of things. So if I could just feel supported, I would feel less alone. And finally, I mentioned less anxiety. I say less because in reality, I don't think no anxiety exists. And some anxiety, in a way, motivates and encourages me in a weird way. But lately I've been very anxious, and I don't know why. At least I haven't tackled why. But if I had less of it, I could feel more comfortable to tackle things and everyday life. I guess it just boils down to comfortability. Is that even a word? But yeah, if you are comfortable and in a state of where you have no worries, that is financial and mental, you would be happier. I would be happier at least. So that's my opinion on what makes me happy. And I think I could squeeze in one more prompt, and that would be, what is my biggest fear? Wow, this is question 1 and 2 in this book. But anyway, my biggest fear right now isn't like the dark or heights or anything like that. But my biggest fear now is not finding, it sounds stupid, but it's not finding love, or rather someone finding me as their love. Like, have you seen those TikToks that are like, my biggest fear is, like, let's say, not finding love in their life, but I just say heights because people will find me crazy. Like, something like that. That's me. But, yeah, I'm a lover girl and a hopeless romantic, but I've had lots of crushes, one boyfriend that I don't really count, and most recently a talking stage that never worked out, and it really messed me up because I was never conventionally pretty, so I don't get seen in a romantic sense by anyone. And for me, my biggest goal is to find someone, get married, and have a family. But I lost the teenage love stage, where I would say is where you experiment and you learn to know what it's like to be in a relationship and what you want to avoid and what you actually want in a relationship, since that childish puppy love stuff is out of the way. But I never got that, so even though I'm barely 22, I would like to have a relationship by now, because in my opinion, time is going really fast, and I wanted to be married and have a family by 30. Is 8 years enough to, like, do all that? I mean, especially since it took me a while to get a talking stage. I hope I don't sound like a pick-me, but I want a partner, and I'm afraid that I won't ever be picked, for lack of a better term, or have children. If that was a dumb thing to be scared about, and I totally get that it sounds dumb because I think it sounds dumb, but I'm still scared of it. If I could throw out another, I am scared of that all of my dreams and goals would not be achieved. Like in high school, I was in band, and for college, I knew I wanted to do music, but I didn't want to perform with the euphonium. Well, it's been a while since I said that. The euphonium was the instrument I was playing, and I didn't want to be a teacher. I liked to sing, and maybe being a singer was a little too far-fetched, but I didn't sign up for choir because I had no choir experience. I really liked the idea of being a music producer. I was really into the K-pop group Stray Kids at the time, and the leader of the group produced a good part of their music, and that really opened my eyes on a different approach to music, and I wanted to try that, but there wasn't a major for that in my hometown college, and my parents didn't let me go out of town to attend a school that offered that, so I didn't study that. And I know what you're going to say, you don't have to go to college for music production, and that's true, it's a skill that you can learn by yourself. And I would look at videos and forums and do some research about music producers, looking for advice, and they all say going to school is kind of a waste of money and time. And that might be right, but I'm the type of person where I need someone to, like a teacher, to teach and show me to learn, so I haven't tried it even now, because I still want to be a music producer, whether it be music for me or others. I guess I want to try to experiment, because I've been like writing down like song lyrics since middle school of songs that I've wanted to make. So if I could make that like happen, that would be awesome. But I ended up staying home and studying music education for college, but I wasn't understanding a lot of the music stuff like everybody else was. Like, I would understand it, but like it was such a fast-paced like environment. I would be like the only one that was Like, it seemed like I was the only one not getting it. And about a year ago, I ditched the music part and just decided to only tackle on education, and early education at that. It made me sad that I had to let go of the music passion, and I still like to learn about music and produce some of my own music, but after a while, I don't know if I can. So, there goes my dream career, and even though I tried a different career path, it's looking very hard as well. I'm not saying I want my career studying period to be easy and an in and out situation, but it's difficult for me and it's discouraging me to even continue with it. And I have no backup career or backup to this backup career because this was my backup career. So if I just quit being a teacher, I have no idea what to do because I'm not good at anything else. I'm not good at math or science to go to engineering or business or to be in math or anything. And I kind of don't care about that stuff. And it's kind of calling back to the first question where I wish to be financially stable. College is expensive, so if I had enough money, I could try different things and create new goals to achieve, but since I don't have that, I can only be unmotivated about that and it feels like being under a glass ceiling to try something else. I guess this pertains to my previous answer. I'm unhappy and I'm afraid that I can't do everything I could to find it, but never getting it. I want to be a respected music producer with a family by 30 or at least 35, so I can have a stable career, financial stability, and the family I always wanted. Well, I'm 30 in 8 years, and I'm still in college for the career I didn't even want, but I still like it. But I'm not even halfway into education, like my education career, while a lot of my friends are graduating or have graduated already. It doesn't help that I'm struggling to get to school since I don't have my own car. I gotta juggle between vehicles and my dad and brother are actively using them. So now I'm in a hopeless situation right now. I don't have the means to buy happiness or even buy my necessities. Anyway, I was literally almost done and that freaking happened. I don't remember what I was talking about. I'm just in a hopeless state right now. I don't have the means to buy happiness, let alone my freaking necessities that I need every day. And because I'm unhappy, I have a hard time seeing a future where I am happy. So I guess the both questions I answer tie in with each other, and I'm sorry that it was a downer of a first discussion, but it feels good now to just say that and maybe somebody hears that and will relate to it. So yeah, I'm going to make videos about these questions just to talk and get vulnerable because why not? So yeah, anyway, see you next time.